Good evening and welcome to Audio Dungeon. I'm your host, Tony Hansen, joined by the rest of the crew here. We are joined by fans as well. And right now we are doing a hangout because we are getting ready for our 200th episode coming up on Wednesday. So right now, tonight would normally be Roll and Rumble, but we're going to talk about Roll and Rumble. We're going to talk about the system that we have on Wednesday. We're going to talk about the Jeopardy game that we're going to play on Wednesday. And we're sitting with a necromancer that is right down here. And we're going to talk about what is coming up on the amazing episode 200, which I am very excited to find out as well. Guys, so I made this more of a private thing. Any stream out to all the places we normally do, just to keep it just more of a hangout and chill out. So if anyone out there, feel free to join up. I put the link up into our Discord. So if you're a fan, you could join in. Or if you want to just watch the show, just watch. And it's just going to be a very chill time. So what do you guys want to go for first? What topic do you want to discuss? Like we normally do, just to keep it just more of a hangout. And someone's got to mute their feed, please.
I got it.
Dan, what do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about Roll and Rumble first. We haven't given Roll and Rumble much love this season.
I know. I was saying to Charles that we keep trying to get started Roll and Rumble and something keeps going wrong. So, yeah. And we're not gonna, next week we're away, so we're gonna be in 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that. I'm hoping that from there it's straightforward.
I was going to say my families were traveling for the weekend. I was going to be back in time, hopefully, as long as there weren't any flight delays. But
yeah, so it'd be the week after next. So 2 weeks from today, we'll be on for Roll and Rumble, and hopefully we're forward from there. So,
hey, just in time for my birthday. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Yeah. That'll be a birthday present.
Your first loss.
So,
okay.
So Jason has an idea for stunning. You want to talk about that for Roll and Rumble?
Yeah. Well, it was the question. No, it wasn't about stunning. It was the question about the win on all ties.
You talked to me about stunning a stat, not being able to stun it every time.
No, I was just asking you about to confirm what we said 2 weeks ago, that you can only injure one stat. Like you can't injure each, you can't repeatedly injure and knock out all 7 of your opponent's stats. You can injure one and then you can stun another stat. So you can permanently injure one stat, and then you can use the first attempt, the stun, to injure a second stat, but that only lasts for the next round.
Right. So that would be 1 round only. And so the max you can have is 2 stats that are messed up, and you can't go beyond that. It would be impossible.
Right.
So that's basically it.
Yeah.
All the power-ups have a box beside them, except injury and buzzkill. So that would have to be changed on there. So if you can only injure one stat, buzzkill should only be able to fix one stat.
Yeah, that's true.
Deactivate.
That's true. I gotta see if I have the sheet handy right now. What else? Any other issues with the system?
Yeah, the other question I had, and I posted this on Discord. Okay, the technique win on all ties. If my opponent activates it, and then in a later round I successfully activate it, what happens? Do they cancel each other out? Does mine become the active one because it's the most recent one? Or I thought maybe all ties now, whether you're the attacker or the defender, all ties go to a reroll.
You just re-roll it. It goes back to normal.
Okay, so they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're the defender...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The defender wins ties. So
not if you have win on all that's the way it was last season. The win on all ties superseded the defender's.
Right, but I'm saying that it starts at defender wins all ties, and then if you get it, then you would win. But if you both have it, then it goes back to defender wins ties.
Okay, fair enough.
So that's that. So yeah, that definitely could happen. Depends on the styles. Last week, David Cohen was rocking charisma, and it seemed like it was working.
Yes.
He earned a lot in that one match.
Yes, he was.
So it was work. Dan and Damian, Charles, Jason, why don't you guys talk about some of like the setups you're thinking about going for, or you already did go for?
Well, I will say that doing injury is supposed to be agility versus the stat you're trying to injure instead of agility versus agility.
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't read that until afterwards. So when we move forward, that's got to be a thing. Got to remember to do that. So whenever you're trying to injure a stat or do to stun a stat, it's agility versus whatever stat you're going after.
Right. Yeah. Whatever stat you've chosen is a stat you're committed to, so you're in there. Right.
Well, that brings up something that Tony and I were kicking around, and that is because there are 7 stats. In order to force a little bit of variety from round to round, we kicked around the idea of having a general rule: you can't choose the same stat 2 rounds in a row. So if you
I thought you were talking about for stunning, not just for anything.
Oh no! I meant in general, like combat up. If I chose strength in round 1, then in round 2 I can choose any other stat but strength.
Oh, I didn't understand that. I didn't know that's what you meant. Okay. Why are you worried about that? I'm
not worried. I was just thinking of forcing a little bit of variety. Otherwise, Slapshot kind of broke the system last season, where he ended up pumping all of his stats into strength, and he was doing 5 damage a round, and ending the match in 3 rounds. So this just kind of forces the player to. I mean, if we don't like that rule, that's fine. I was just throwing it out there as a thought.
I mean, I like the idea of like not being able to spam the same like overpowered stat over and over and over again. But I think like when we were talking about what we did last year, I think the imbalance in the system that we kind of all naturally on our own came across is that like to get the benefit of the other stats, you would have to make at least one risk roll, but that risk roll didn't exist for strength. So like normally if you would hit whatever it was, like, you get your normal 2 damage or whatever it was. And then if you have high strength, or if you were attacking out of strength, you automatically would add your strength to the damage without having to make a risk roll. So I think that was the imbalance there. So now, like, as long as I feel like as long as there is a risk roll involved, then like the ability to spam over and over again is just kind of like, it just like naturally takes care of itself,
Okay. Yep. That's fine. Yeah, Tony, that was my idea, but
like I think it's worth at least like keeping an eye on throughout the course of the season, because like it's like the way I always thought about it with like if you're playing if you're playing Street Fighter over and over again, like if I'm sitting there and I'm hitting just like high punch over and over again, and you're like there should be a way for you to say like, okay, he's doing this to me a million times. Let me figure out a way to battle him on it,
Well, you could just stun him. Just stun the stat.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or just completely take it out. I don't think anybody had enough talent or tactics to do a buzzkill, so that's probably where somebody could do better if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, but if you can only buzzkill one power up now, that kind of nerfs that.
You have to be specific which one you want. That tie, win all ties. Yep, that's got to go.
Okay.
I mean, we like it's worth keeping an eye on during the season, though. Like if we start to see something like there is some kind of imbalance there, then it might be something worth doing.
Just a question. What you could tie up with favor. So if you want to do additional buzz kills, you could burn favor to do more buzz kills might work as well, because then that works in with the system.
You got to be careful with that, because if you do that, then that means everything else gets to go multiple times, like injury.
That's the thing. But that's what I'm saying, is that by using favor, though, remember, if your favor gets too low, then it's kind of a high risk type thing.
Yeah,
Even if you say you could
yeah.
use favor to do another one, but
Yeah, even though
tied into
technically
make
those,
it expensive, so it's not something you're going to be able to do a lot.
yeah, those power ups are the only two that technically could go more than once anyway. The rest of them, once they're active, they're there.
Yeah, the rest are passive power-ups.
So this is the current sheet right now that we have. Yeah, once the injure is done. So yes, yeah, it's obviously what you're asking is that, you know, for the injure, it's not a power up that stays powered up, so it doesn't have a circle on it. But you do injure someone's stat, and then I think we were saying that you can't injure more than one stat at a time. Everyone's fine with that rule.
Yeah, I'm fine with it,
Yes.
because I can still stun and basically do the same thing.
Right. Yeah. So you could have them at a loss at the two highest stats. That's pretty good.
But I do think there needs to be a box to go, okay, I've done this, I can't do it anymore.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it didn't put a box only because it kind of stands for the power up is active, but I guess that kind of still works. So there you go.
It'd be the same thing with Buzzkill too.
Well,
Once
no,
it's
Buzzkill.
active, okay, I can't do it anymore.
Buzzkill's supposed to be that you can keep using it on other people.
Well, how's that fair?
You still have to. You still have to roll twice. You still have to risk roll twice to get to it.
Yeah, but if I can't injure more than one stat, how can they, deactivate more than one power up? Why should that one be the only one that gets that benefit?
So you're saying that they can only kill one power up in a match,
right?
So maybe this needs to change the rule that you can only if you achieve a power up in a match and you lose it, you perhaps can't achieve it again.
Right, I'm fine with that.
So that because that then Buzzkill will be okay, because then you're basically choosing the stat that you want to fix.
Right. But
Yeah, because that does become unfair. If you injure and someone deactivates it with Buzzkill, then you can still injure again, but he can't Buzzkill again. So
unless it was only for a certain number of rounds. So if you injured something or you Buzzkilled something, you could say it's like a progressive stun where it lasts for 3 rounds.
No, they can't. That would break the system. It's active. It's on until somebody takes it off at that level.
Right.
Okay.
So, okay. So anytime the rule is whenever time something gets active, it's there unless someone removes it. If they remove it, it's gone for the rest of the match.
Right.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. Any other questions or issues?
Yeah. Can condition getting 1 energy per round? Can you go higher than your starting energy with that?
No.
Okay. So it's a cap of 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we bumped up the damage to 3 instead of 2, correct?
Base damage 3, starting energy of 15.
That's right. Damage is 3 now, so it's to change that. And starting energy, is that up here? Actually, I could start everybody's energy at. Oh, no, I can't write it there.
Yeah, because currently there's no way to get extra, so yeah, you could stick it up there.
It's in the top box.
I can't actually write it in, I think. I have to put another box in there and write it. It's in here?
Scroll. Yeah, creating your character 4th line.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Good energy. Let's talk about the defensive stats. I feel like my feeling is that no one likes these. No one really understands it, or no one likes it. Want me to just remove it?
I'm always for making the system simpler rather than more complex.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill this.
So then, what becomes the bonus for multiple wins? Because prior to what we just did, I think it said every 3 wins you get a +1 to a defensive stat.
Yep. I think it should be a stat. Period.
Yeah, we can just give a stat point.
Yeah,
A
just get a
stat
stat
point?
I mean, maximum before.
Yeah.
But again, you're only going to get at best 4 point, maybe 5, before you have to retire.
The record earns you a +1 in any stat you choose. This will only be used as goes. And that's it. I don't know if there's any other mentionings of the defensive stat. I have to see.
Just there, I think.
That doesn't change guard at all, does it? Like the +2 defense.
For guard?
Oh, yeah. The first level of Constitution.
+1 defense. No, +1 defense to all stats. So that would just give you a +1 in that round. If they're attacking you, like, Dan wins against me, you're going to get a +1. If you think someone's going to get the better of you.
All right.
Yeah, it's only for a round anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It just means that you can't, if you're the aggressor, you're not going to get that plus. That's all it means. So, I mean, once +1 defense, I can leave that wording like that. It should be fine.
Now, if that activated, does that mean if I have a 4 in it, that goes to a 5?
Only on defending, but it's not activated. It's on a one thing. It's a one rounder.
Just that. Okay.
Yeah, conditioned is the power up here.
So, for instance, like if I think my opponent is going to try to use power hit if he wins in combat next round, I would what? If I win this round,
if you thought you had no chance to win, is basically when you would do that. That's basically what it is.
Okay, I have a question. With conditioned, it's the only power up that gives you a choice. Now, let's say early in the match I choose the +1 energy per round, but later I get injured. At the start of a round, can I choose to deactivate that so that I can then go for I can then attempt to shrug off an injury?
I think no. I think once you activate it, you use it, and like we were saying, as a one-time thing, it would be done.
Okay.
So you're either pushing to get more energy now, or you're saving it because you want to shrug off an injury. I think the choice is cool.
Okay.
So
what?
But what about this? Let's say like I activate predatory and I got +1 to combat, right? If someone activates buzzkill on me and I lose that, later on, can I try to reactivate that?
You can't reactivate anything. Once it's activated, it's the only time it can be activated.
So if someone buzz kills me, that's it
or
for the
6
match.
ones. A 6 and a 1 could also deactivate a power up too.
Oh, right.
But then that's it for the match. I can't try to activate it again.
No.
Right.
This is making me seriously reconsider my stat distribution here.
Yeah, I don't.
What would be interesting is if you rolled a 6 and then followed up with another 6, like as a thing, you should be able to then go, I want to reset that. That would be an interesting one where someone's rolling well and they roll a 6 and to win the battle, and then they roll another 6 for the next
He's trying
stage.
to add a Richard clause. Don't let him.
Instead of doing anything, oh no, I'll never get a chance to do it. I've got too much on. But by doing it that way, you could then bring that in as something which you can then clear one that's already been used. Because that would be a unique thing.
That's up to you guys if you want to make it that you roll as a 6 and a 6.
And instead of doing
round, that's up to you guys.
Yeah, and instead of doing anything else with it, what you're doing is you're saying, I want to clear that there. So I won the 1, I roll again, I got a 6. Now, but you've got to state that's what you're trying to do. So it's like if you don't get it, nothing happens, and the person takes no damage. It's like risking a power up, but you're failing it. That would be an interesting way of doing it, and that would mean that you could then, if you're rolling well, you could activate buzzkill, and you could do that, and you could kill someone's thing. Then you could do buzzkill again, do something else, but someone else could then undo that buzzkill and then reactivate their combat.
That's up
Just
to you
an idea.
guys. Is this a good change, or is this more complex, or not needed, or is it a good
It's
add?
certainly more complex.
Yeah,
Yeah, you lost me there.
I'll give
I
it
mean,
saying, but
and you're gambling to roll double sixes. I mean, that's
Dan will never get that. So
or me.
It's a high risk thing. It's and if
Yeah.
you'd only do it if you felt as though you're going to achieve it. If you're not, you don't have to do it. It just gives you an option to do that.
It feels like a really weird called shot.
yeah, that's a lot to remember, to try and remember.
Yeah. So for now, I think just a 6-1 might be good. If you get a 6-1, what do we have now? If you get a 6-1, you can cancel somebody's power up.
Yeah.
Basically a free both kill.
+3 damage this round. Remove
So
an
free-
opponent's power up. Steal 2 favor or remove injury. They also added activate a power up. I think that's a bit too. I think that's a bit
So
too
it should-
powerful.
So it should be so it'll be how about 3 damage or a buzzkill? I mean, call right there. So you
Yeah.
just remember.
I think that's good. 3 damage, 3 extra damage or a buzzkill.
I wonder if I could put this in here. Let's see if I can, so people can remember it pretty easily. Okay, I didn't have to do that. That I have to do. What else? Do we think? I'm actually worried that guard might not be strong enough to use. Like people may never ever choose it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not crazy about conditioned having 2 different effects.
But you
That's
can only
just-
choose one.
I know
Never.
it's still kind of like rubbing me the wrong way though.
Mm.
So does guard carry over? So if you win the round, you could just have it that guard carries onto your next one and gives you an additional die, an additional 1.
An additional D6.
That would make it.
Oh,
an
how about
additional point.
advantage?
Let's
How
not do
about
that.
how about
Yeah, or
guard
not-
gives you advantage on the next combat roll?
That's not bad. Instead of
Or just
plus
1
1
point.
defense.
Yeah.
You roll
Advantage. Wow.
You roll 2d6 on the next combat
Hmm.
roll, and you have advantage. Or is that too
So we
powerful?
can't-
Or is that too powerful for a level 1 risk?
That's yeah.
Yeah, it might be too. I like that idea. It might be too powerful. I think that if you said on defense again, so someone's doubling down on being stronger at defense, but if you put it on combat, then immediately that's the strongest thing in the whole game.
Mhm.
Advantage on a defend.
Just get you say
Well, the
add
next-
a die.
your next
Don't call it
defense.
advantage because not D&D.
Oh, sorry.
So add,
Yeah.
Why don't you have it as like +1 instead of +1 defense all stats, just +1 to all stats for a round?
Yeah, but that still goes back into the
That
offense.
is what
side
it is.
of
Like I could reword it. That is what it is though. It's one to all
I would
stats.
just add 1 to your defense. So whatever the next round or the next time you're defending, you just add +1 to your defense. So it's like so whatever you roll, you get +1 to it. That would be the easiest way of doing it.
+1 to all stats. Is that for combat? So you get +1 to combat, really?
No, it's supposed to be all defensive stats. So it's like when you're defending.
Well, he just
that's what
deleted
it's
that.
supposed to be. Yeah.
But I mean it's the same thing though, right? But you're right, Jason. It would serve as +1 to combat for just the next round. But then if your opponent hits you and then decides to risk it, you'll also get a +1 for that roll too, because your +1's not strictly in combat. Your +1 is with the stat.
Okay.
So I mean, it is pretty powerful. you
I
know?
think that's really nice.
Is it too much or? Because
Say
I
level
didn't
1?
realize the implications of changing all that.
Say it again. What is it now? You're saying?
It's to combat and to defend if you need it in the next, only for 1 round.
That'd
Yeah.
be too-
It should be
that'd
for
too
1
strong.
roll.
Well,
That
Should
does
just be
what the
+1
power
to your
up does.
defensive roll. Yeah.
That's doing what survival power up does. That wouldn't be good.
what do you mean survival power up?
Survival
Predatory.
power up is a
Predatory.
+1 to combat.
Predatory.
But is there a way? I mean, this is going to get very complexly worded now. to add 1 to your stats, but not for the combat roll?
Yeah, you just say you have +2 defense next round, meaning that if someone wins and they're attacking you, you have a +2 to defend. It's on your rolls. So it decreases their chances of getting anything through on you. But you didn't use a round in doing any offense, really.
Yeah.
I like
just
+2
vote
to
as-
defend. Then people might actually choose it.
I agree. Yeah, you're banking on the fact that someone's kicking the shit out of you, and like
Plus
you want to
2
deal damage but
stats.
defend yourself.
Put in there though +2.
You want to change it
To
+2 to
defend.
defend.
I'll put
Yeah,
+2. I'll put +2 on defense.
yeah. Whoop. Caps lock.
Yeah.
2.
2-2. It's a 2-2.
+2, 2.
Well, while you're messing with 2s, go straight up to where you got above attempt, deal 2 damage, change to 3.
Oh yeah, no, below that.
No, blow right on Constitution. In the yellow. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait, it is 3 now, yeah.
300 one shot.
Okay, what about this? You want to get rid of one of these?
You could change that defense one to say on next defense. So it's a one and done type thing. So it's not
Oh, yeah, that's good.
all on
Cool.
next defense. So if you're in a tag team type thing and you've got 2 people attacking you, not this, or rolling or that means your next defense. It's only it's not for a whole round. It's just on your next defense.
Well, now the wording of that
So if you're
could
in the
be
roll and rumble-
confusing because if you win combat on the next round, you're not defending. So then, does the +2 defense carry over in perpetuity until you have to defend next?
No, when someone's attacking
I wouldn't
you,
think so.
and you have to roll defensive.
Yeah. No,
No,
all the attempts
it's only
are
one
one
round.
round only.
Yeah.
That's why all attempts are for 1 round.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you want to do with this? The choice one.
Wait. On injure.
Full health.
What?
Full health.
Full health.
Actually, that would be an interesting one. Is that what you can do if you activated that one there? You go back to 15 energy. So if you did it too early, you could be on 10
man.
energy. You go back to 15.
That's
No,
that's too
You-
much. Yeah, that's
imagine
Way
you're
OP.
on one.
It would
Way
never
over.
end.
You still got to win
matches
it.
Break the
would be too
game.
long.
But
I would break the game.
you buzzkill it. But if you
can't
buzzkill
buzzkill
that,
it.
Well, if you
If one-
If you
one
buzzkill it,
done-
you drop back down to what your health was before you activated.
okay,
No, we
what you
need
do is
things
plus
that keep
five
pushing the
energy.
game forward. That would just bring us back.
Yeah, plus 5 energy.
Oof.
That'd be
No,
an
because
interesting
now
one.
make everybody go for that. It's got to be something that's a choice
Yeah,
more than like
that's
an
the
obvious.
point.
I mean, you could
Say
take the
no,
shrug off. You could take the shrug off injury, and that, I think it would be fine. That
Make
way
it
you're going
just shrug off one
Yeah.
injury.
no take off the shrug off energy, and you just regenerate one energy per round.
Okay.
So then, is there any way to eliminate an injured stat?
Yeah, I'll just put it in power up and buzzkill. Deactivate opponent's active
Yeah.
power
So the
up.
only way to remove an injury is buzzkill or a 6-1, which
Correct.
would buzzkill the injury, and there you go.
I gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Now that we're talking it out, it seems like that was kind of like a repetition.
Especially since now you can only injure 1 time anyway.
Right.
Right.
And you can only buzzkill 1 time.
Right. So it seems balanced.
But yeah, again, unless somebody puts more effort into talent, nobody's going to use that. Because I don't think anybody had anything in talent. Maybe 1.
There's no point in putting 1 into a stat. You need at least a 2 to get the power up.
Right. But you put the 1 in there just so you're not completely defenseless in it.
Yeah. Well,
That's true. No-
that's what I tried on when we had our preseason match. I had 5 stats with 2 in it, and that just didn't work. I mean, I had nothing to win roll-offs. Honestly.
You know what? what perhaps there's a problem here because it looks like nobody wants to choose talent. You're only going to choose them when you have to. No one's going to use it as a strategy. So
Well-
perhaps there shouldn't be any buzzkill, and a way to remove a power up or recover an injury is simply just a 6/1 and nothing else.
Maybe.
It's
but-
luck and not a choice.
You want to just eliminate the stat altogether?
Not the stat. I want to eliminate.
No.
I would say eliminate buzzkill and make a new thing because look, think about it. Nobody really wants to choose talent.
Make it
I bet.
escape. Why don't you make the talent one? The power up is escape, which allows you to slide out the ring, regardless
Well,
of your health,
that's
and you
free.
can then use that to recover and recover
That's-
like. No, but have it as in even if you're they're going to pin you or something and you win it, you can go. I'm doing an escape. I'm out the ring now.
That's already an
Or
action
something
in the
along those
game.
lines.
That's a round action up top, a ring action. You exit the ring. It's for free.
I mean, you never know.
So how do
Liam
you
might
recover?
put a lot of
energy?
talent.
You can recover energy through the
Survival.
condition.
Survival.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can recover 2 energy on at
Right,
once if you want to do that.
That one wrist roll, you can do it.
Right. So there is a way to really make the game last longer. If you activated your conditioned over here and then you started doing this every round, you'd be dealing 3 damage and recovering 3. It'd be hard to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at previous skills, thinking what we could replace Buzzkill with.
I just thought of something. I forgot it. What about maybe Buzzkill, or it could be a different name, and maybe it could make like the 6/1 more likely to happen. Maybe it's every time, like I don't want to say every time they roll a 1. Maybe it's like a 4+ and a 1 or something like that. I don't know.
It's still not appealing enough for me.
Earn rerolls.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 wrestlers right here. Why didn't we pick them? Why didn't we pick talent?
You know what? We can make a free use for the item. Everyone has an item.
I thought you
Ooh.
already get free use of your item.
Didn't we change the item to only be like 1 time in the match?
I thought like some of the items you use for 3 rounds.
Wait, hold up. Go back up to the top. Let me see something. All right, so strength is just giving us stronger hit, more damage. Agility is taking away a stat from someone.
Just do this.
Constitution is giving us plus to defense and plus energy. Knowledge is giving us submission and win all ties. Survival is giving us 2 more energy and +1 to combat. Will is favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An additional item, yeah. You get your 1 item coming into the match, but maybe power up for talent could be you get a 2nd item, one of which is bandages, which could remove an injury.
Well, so the additional item use would have to be on.
The item you already have.
Yeah, I think it should be the same item you have, but that means it's active every round. That's what that means right now. Let's see. The opponent has no more stat modifiers in 3 rounds.
That could devastate someone's favor.
Ignore defense
Ignore
stat.
defense stat.
Modifiers in 3 rounds.
Kendo stick, you lose. Your opponent loses 2 favor for every hit.
You know what?
If that becomes active
How about this?
permanently,
How about we make the item is just here. You can't use the item unless you activate it, and that makes it active. So it means somebody pulls out the brass knuckles, they're beating the shit out of you, and you just need to find a way to get rid of it because it's a huge problem. You either stun the stat, you injure the stat, their talent, or you get it out of it by 6/1.
Ooh. Okay.
I feel like that's good.
Should make
It makes
the
talent
one.
exciting.
The only way you can get the item is by activating it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
I-
the better way. Yeah.
I like
So
that.
if
Yeah.
you don't have the so if you don't use that, you don't get any items. So the only way you can bring an item in is that.
Yeah.
How does bandages become a permanent item though? Heal 1 injury once. Are you immune to injury at that point?
That's true. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, immune to injury.
Yeah. So as long as the bandages are activated, Yeah, I guess bandages. It's called med kit. It's called bandages.
Wow.
Medkit.
But you can still be stunned.
I was actually thinking about you could have tied in with Showboat was having where you could have distraction was the one where you could bring someone else can come down and distract the ref so you can use your items.
Yeah, we did have that.
Or
thing
manager.
for a while.
You have a manager who can throw you an item.
Yeah, maybe that could be a
You
separate.
could
thing in the
actually
game.
have that as a thing. Is like the instead of the activate an item, you go the manager turns up and throws you an item.
I mean, yeah, that would have to be a separate thing from the character sheet. But yeah, that could be fun. What is? Oh, submission is just submission. Okay. Risk roll 1, 3, and 5 damage or 0. Yeah, we were thinking about what it was. That's what it is. 1, 3, 5, or nothing.
So when you roll it to hit, you do your 3 damage, and then you say, I'm going to put you in a submission hold. Your first win does 1 extra damage. Your second win, if you risk it, does 3 total, not 3 additional.
Right, because you're always choosing what are you going to add. You're either going to add 1, 3, or 5, or 0.
Okay. So you have to win 3 continuous 3
submissions.
Consecutive.
submissions. Yeah, thank you. Consecutive submissions to get the 5 extra damage.
Right, and then you would add that 5 on top of your 3 and deal 8 damage that round.
Right. Okay.
Which would be pretty devastating.
2
full of those would wipe somebody's energy out completely.
Mm-hmm.
That means you also won 8 combats in a row, so that's not easy.
Yeah.
Plus a finisher.
Not if you got
9.
not if you do survival first. You do your survival,
get some
then
energy
you do
back.
that.
Constitution first. Get that powered in.
Okay, I think we solved all the
All right.
problems. A free buzzkill is still there. So buzzkill is just going to be
Deactivate a power up.
And that's how you can stop someone. If someone's got bandages, if you rolled that one there, you could then cancel out the item, which means that they are able to be injured.
right. So that's cool. So this is just floating in there. Some people could just buzzkill you if the wrong roll comes out.
Yeah.
It always gives an out if you don't have any other option.
Yeah. Well, there is no other option now. That's it.
Yeah.
The only way you can stop it is a buzzkill.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Opponent. Yeah. So you can't. You can't actually recover from an injury unless you get
A 6
you
and 1.
get yeah, exactly.
Right.
The damage or recover.
But you also can only have one thing injured. So,
Yeah.
for like a whole match. Can you use injure again if somebody recovers from an injury?
No.
Mm-mm.
Well, recover, yes. Buzzkill the injury, no.
No, they can't do it again. What you do it
Oh
once,
yeah,
that-
no. You're right. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't do injury twice.
Yeah. So it's
Are all those power ups only like one time, basically?
yes. Once it's activated, it can be deactivated but never used again.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool because I mean you had your chance to be in the moment and then you might have
Right.
lost it. So that's kind of cool. That's better.
Sounds good.
Right, but if you got more than one power up activated and you do get that buzzkill, which one do you choose? That then
Right.
it becomes
Yeah,
strategy.
that's up to your
Yeah.
your opponent.
Yeah,
They're
it
going to
becomes
choose
strategy.
strategy. Yeah. For sure.
Are you going to have it? The buzzkill can only be used once, so you can only get a one shot at that 1 and 6, and then that's it. You don't because
No, it'll be every
otherwise
time a 6 and 1
someone could have activated 2 or 3.
No, a 6 and 1. A 6 and 1 can happen at any time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm
obviously gonna
saying, is
have-
that-
whoever wins, we get the 3 damage, the recover, or the buzzkill. So there's always something you can do.
Yeah, just look at all the rolling rumbles, all those 6 and 1s.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They seem to happen more often during that event
Yeah.
than
for
any other
somehow.
time, if you've
Yeah.
noticed.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they really do. Well, I
There
mean,
was
when,
that
when you
big-
have like 5 people rolling at once, like you're kind
Yeah.
of bound to get it more often than rather
Yeah.
than one-on-one. You know.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody hears a 6 and you go like, oh, I don't want to say this.
Mm.
Okay, so this looks good to me. I think everything seems to be okay. Looking at this, anybody seeing any problems?
No, I think
Okay.
I think we
No.
cleared up a lot of things.
Okay, let's just look at this. Creating a character, 9 points of creation. We fixed that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
10.
10. It's 10 now.
That was 10. Okay.
Yeah.
You may not have more than 4 points in a stat at any time.
Right.
You may only achieve a power up in scores of 3 or more. I lowered that to
2.
2, I think.
2.
Yeah, definitely 2.
2 or more points. No respecking. Select 2 signature moves, as well as your finisher. You may perform each signature move only once during the match.
Right.
On success,
So what
you gain
does
2
this-
favor.
what does
Is that
it
what
do?
it is?
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Mhm.
Well, no, it was 1 favor. Was it 1 favor or 2 favor?
It was last season
thought
it
it
was
was 1.
2.
Last season was 2?
Last season
You
was
sure?
2 per move?
Yes.
I thought it was 1
I
each.
think it was 1 per move.
Let's do 1 because I think
Okay.
that it may have been adding too much favor. So let's do 1. You begin each match with 15 energy. Okay. Next one, wrestlers roll combat, which is 1d6 plus shows of stat. Above, if a tie is achieved, re-roll. R6 is auto hit. R1 is auto miss. I don't think we need that anymore. Oh, it's on the next part of this. Okay. Winner deals 2 damage, which is
3.
3 now.
3 now.
The other wrestler and may attempt a secondary action rolling stat for a stat, or in the case of stun injury versus a target
Yep.
stat.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or for a stat, or in the case of stun. To
Yeah, so if I wanted to injure or stun somebody's knowledge, it's agility versus knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think I have to say that though, because isn't it kind of redundant? I'm just explaining it. We'll stat
Well,
for stat, or in the case.
yeah, it needs to be said.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, leave it in there.
the other week I
It
was
should
doing
be, for
agility versus
example.
agility. Yeah. The other week I was doing agility versus agility and say, okay, I stunned this stat, and it wasn't agility.
7 attempt skill, you may also perform a ring action or a special if you declared it before your combat roll. Especially
okay.
special is anything to the match.
Yeah.
If lost, only the 2 initial damage is dealt. It's 3. Dealt, and the round begins anew. If 1, apply effect or risk again for a power up. All skills and their effects for 1 round only. All skills and their effects.
Are active.
Yeah, that's the first riff roll.
Actually, or active. It's better, actually. Or active. 1 round only. Power up stay in effect unless someone buzz kills them at 1 at a time, or opponent is able to turn it off. Buzz kills them. Player rolls a 6 and a 1. This is considered an opportunity where you can either do a 1 plus 3 damage this round, 2 remove an opponent's power up, 3.
No, we got rid of those 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
we
that
got rid of the steal 2 favor. You can buzzkill or remove an injury.
You already.
You repeated that.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Signature move we had here. We did
Wait,
have 2.
go back up there. You an opportunity where you can either what's that?
1 plus 3 damage this round. Oh, it should be 2 here. 2 remove an opponent's injury, opponent's power up, or 3 remove an injury.
Shouldn't that be
Say
recovering
remove an
in,
injury redundant there?
recover an injury?
Recover an injury.
Isn't that redundant though anyway? Because like a power up, an injury is a power up.
Yeah, I did it because everyone keeps asking, is it the same thing? So I'm just trying to stop the
Yeah.
question.
It's a different power up though. If you
It
both
is-
kill,
it-
you might want to do something else.
Yeah, you're right. It's just everyone keeps saying, is it the same thing? Signature moves earn you 1 favor point. So you may only attempt your signature once in a match. A finisher costs you 2 favor to attempt.
I thought we clarified that it costs you 2 favor only if you fail the finisher.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, just get rid of the words "to attempt."
Finishing a match. To win a standard rules match, you must win combat and then attempt a finisher. Your finisher total must achieve a number not equal to but greater than the energy of your opponent. Your player.
For the second one, I would just write a failed finisher costs you 2 favor.
Finisher costs you 2. Failed finisher costs.
Yeah. At least it's clear now that you only lose 2 on a failed finisher.
I guess then that forces, if you have only 1 favor, you can't attempt a finisher until you earn some, either through will or your signature move.
Well, attempting you don't need
That could be interesting.
any favor. If you
What?
have
Can't go
king,
to a negative.
just don't roll a 1.
So what happens though? If you're
Yeah,
if you're allowed to attempt a finisher, if you only have 1 favor or 0 favor, there's got to be a huge penalty. Is it like an auto lose if you miss the finisher?
Oh, you're saying no? You can't. You can't attempt it. You can't attempt a finisher unless you have 2 favor.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you end the match,
That's what you need to put in there.
if you
Yeah,
end, if
It
you
should
end,
be worded differently. Yeah, like
You could take finishing a match. You could actually put in the on the finishing match bit saying that you need to have 2
to
favor
attempt.
to be able
Yeah,
to do
there
it.
you
So you're saying is, to attempt. If you lose it, you lose 2 favor. So if you do that, you attempt to do it and you lose it, you've only got 2 favor, then you're out. You've got 0 favor now. Now you've got to try and get more favor before you can even try another attempt.
yeah, they would spend the rest of the match trying to earn favor, which means the audience hates you. They're booing you, and you're basically going for a retirement next.
Yeah. So like that's no, forget it.
Go ahead and finish the statement.
I was gonna say if you have 0 favor, right, and you try to attempt a finisher and you fail, if it's an auto loss, then like you have to fight for your career next week.
Correct.
I have it right now that you can't attempt it.
Right. I know.
Yeah, you have to have 2.
You gotta
have
have
to.
to. So
Which means you're
But if you were pinned, if you attempted and you failed it, and then the other person pins you and they win, you're on 0 favor, so you're in a retirement match.
right.
Yep.
The following week,
Retirement match.
yes.
That's it.
So that's what the risk is that you want to make sure if you've only got low favor, you want to make sure that you're good.
Okay, so fail finisher must achieve a number. I did that.
Why
Or
was
fail, take
why is
2
there a
damage
blue line?
instead. If they roll a 1, it is an auto fail. I just put that here. Winning a match gives you 5 favor. You always retain your earned favor in a match, regardless of whether you win or lose. Winning a title earns you 8 favor. There's no cap for holding favor, but you may use it. You only use a max of 3 at a time to boost any roll once per round. You may cash in your favor to buy weapons. Also, you may not cash. I took that out. You may cash in your favor to buy weapons. Also, you may not cash weapons back in. That's gone.
Yeah, I think we just got rid of that.
You may cash into a favor to earn 1 reroll. We have that in
Match
there.
reroll.
As many times you like between any matches. And not
Yeah, but not
Yeah.
during.
every 3 wins on your record earns you a +1 in any stat you choose. And this is just it. Blinding powder. Opponent has no stat modifiers for 3 rounds.
Have you got the maximum?
I guess now you got to get rid of all those 4-3
You haven't
rounds
put in
because
about
now
what the
a
maximum level
Right.
you can go to.
now a weapon can only be active or inactive.
Oh, yeah.
+2 has max 1 stat modifier. Not total kill. +2 power hit damage for 3 rounds. +2 damage. One loses 2 favor every hit you make. Every hit. All attempt skills deal +1 damage if successful.
That's devastating. That is.
+1 damage.
This one has to be changed entirely because we don't do defense stats.
Ignore defense stat modifiers for 3 rounds. Right.
Could you say ignore stat modifier?
Is that for combat too?
Oh, how about this? This is kind of this will be controversial. Ready?
+1
my
damage
lord.
power up.
Oh my lord!
If you activate all 7 power-ups,
Oh my lord!
your base damage is 10.
Oh my lord!
Oh wow.
A match would never last that long.
No, it would not.
I've got an idea. Okay,
But if
do
you
you
get
have
it, though?
anything where you can
Exactly,
use like,
Andrew.
shear to knock
Exactly.
them prone?
But if
I mean, how
did-
long is it going to take you to activate that though? You know,
At least 7 rounds.
right?
But once you think about it, once you get to a +2, +3, it's great. You only
Oh,
need
yeah,
to do
yeah,
the
yeah.
2. So the rest is just gravy.
Oh.
So you could do because the chain and the cheer are very similar. You could have one like the cheer knocks them down, so that way that you get an advantage on your next roll against them. So you knock them to the ground, so you're doing like extra damage or something like that. That could be an interesting one.
I know before R6, R1 was a stun or an injure.
wanna
So
have
you
another-
could
it be-
say
it
that
could be another
on-
stun.
Yeah. A 1 round stun type thing, or you can knock them down and that stat is stunned for, I don't know.
Someone could use that and try to just keep stunning people left and right. So that's a new way to get a third stat wiped from somebody.
Do you have any like? Do you have to have these where the ref can see them or anything like that there, or
No,
so if you're using an item, you don't have it where
we took
so you
that
can
out.
just have it where-
It just wasn't. It wasn't really adding a lot to the game. It wasn't working as I liked it. I loved the idea of it. I still
Now,
do.
hold on. Somebody benefited that greatly from that.
yeah.
Larry benefited greatly from that.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely.
Although I suppose if you then did the buzz kill and you deactivate the item, that's like the ref seeing it and taking it off them.
Right.
So that's what it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that's the equivalent. So if they don't, basically if they're doing it, the ref isn't watching them.
Are we at risk of getting too far away from wrestling and turning this into more weapons combat?
No.
Only if you're
Unless
using
you have
talent.
talent.
All right.
If you've got no talent, you're not
you
going to be able
can't
to
use
do
an
it.
item. Yeah.
No. And that's the beauty of it. That's why people will put stuff into talent because they want to grab the items, but it does weaken them in other areas.
Blowhorn. Oh my lord.
How do you like that?
Bit much.
I think
It
that's
should be
okay.
a double.
It's fun.
what
It's
you
fun
should-
for the charisma, the favorite guy that wants to like be hidden to the audience and like he can't go down, so you get the bullhorn away from him.
Well, what you could do with that one is that it costs double favor to do it. So it's like if it costs you 4, but then if you fail, you lose 4. That would be
Yeah,
poker.
I don't think you can prevent someone from completely winning the match. Maybe whatever, like if I have the bullhorn active, whatever my
Okay.
health is for the purpose of a finisher, it's doubled. So if I have 3 health left and I have bullhorn active, then my opponent has to roll better than a 6. Or whatever +2
How about that?
Yeah, because then you'll definitely want to.
So it's only
Get
if they
buzzkill.
fail. So now it's just a harder protection for if they do it and they fail, they're going to lose 4 energy or they're going to lose 4 favor.
So you got and.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Sorry, and.
They fail,
Okay.
they're losing lots of energy and they're
Right. So it's
Are these
scary.
items? Do you have to pick this item ahead of the match, or can you pick any
Yes.
item if you have?
Yes. Do we want to say that you can pick a new item every match, or are we going to say that your guy has an item and that's it?
no. You get to pick, you have to declare the item that you're going to take before the match starts.
So everyone's going to have a different item for every match, or they can have an item associated with their character.
I think you should be able to switch items from match to match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try new things.
Okay.
But you have to declare it before you said my item. So if I'm using a talent-based character, you have to declare what your item is, though. So that way, you know what they're going to go for. So if you get a buzzkill, the first thing you're going to do is going to kill off that item thing.
Right. Finish your close opponent.
Can you
Can't buzzkill? Can you buzzkill the
If it's-
item before they've activated
Before-
it? Like, can you?
That's
No.
the question.
Damon's like,
say
no.
No.
I
Say
don't
that-
see how that
say-
could be a thing.
Wait, say that again.
No, he wants a buzzkill before something's activated. No, you
Yeah,
got to
you
do
don't
it.
even know if they
Oh,
have
like
it.
preliminarily, yeah.
Yeah, you have no
see
idea
the
if they
item.
even got
No,
it.
just the item. You see the item in the corner, and you get to it first and throw it like into the audience or something like that.
Nah.
Ah.
No. Okay. All right.
Let me throw
No,
blinding
they've
got
cover
a
at the
thought.
audience.
It was a thought.
Block the audience.
Injure the audience.
No one knows what happened.
Catch,
Yeah,
guys.
if you steal the blinding powder and throw it into the audience, you can't gain any more favor for the match because nobody can see what you're doing and cheer for you.
Right.
That would be smoke screen.
Pull,
Hmm.
In fact, you lose favor because you hurt your own fans.
Right? Yeah.
They're
No,
ticked
you'd
off at
have it. That's what you'd call smoke bomb, where the ring gets filled with smoke and no favor can be earned.
Okay. I think we have it.
I think it's
Now we
good. I
can play the
think.
Do you
game.
have count out?
Now we can play the game.
In
We
2
can do
weeks.
Now we play the game.
Is there a count out?
Start counter.
No, it's no count out.
No, a
Yeah.
count out. So if you throw someone out the ring and you can keep them out for 5 rounds by attacking them and just
Mhm.
winning 5 rounds in a row, and they're trapped outside the ring, you get a count
Yes
out.
and no. We haven't really fully said we like that idea or not.
We
there was-
could add that in. We could add it in that it's basically I mean, 10 rounds would be too long. I guess it would be 5 rounds.
It was
Oh,
it
it could be
was
5.
we was talking about 3.
you're out. 3.
Yeah, we were talking about 3 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'd have to win 3 rounds in a row, and it's keeping them out the ring.
So what is the attack to throw someone out of the ring? Just winning a combat?
6 and
I
1.
don't like the idea altogether of going out of the ring.
I gotta say I think it complicates the game a
Okay.
bit too much. It is realistic to wrestling, but honestly, if you think about it, in wrestling these days, when was the last time you actually saw someone get counted out? You know, the ref is always taking, 1, then goes and gets himself a sandwich, comes back, counts 2, washes his car, comes back, gets 3. They never really actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see
Well, I mean, they have got to go to a 10 count. So I mean,
I think
Now I want a sandwich. Thanks, Jason.
yeah.
I was just thinking that too.
I think keeping things inside the ring just for simplicity.
So can you slide out the ring and recover?
No.
You don't need to. You just roll a survival.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
only
if you want to
time-
get if you want to get energy back, just roll a survival rest attempt.
The only
You get
time,
two
so there is outside of the ring. It's just there's no count out. So because there's a thing where in the table ladder chair match where you can throw people outside of the ring, and it takes some time to get back in, but they're not going to be penalized for being out.
Yeah, because that's just part of the match.
Right, they're just
Being
not going
out,
to
being
win.
out there's just part of the match. You got to get the tables and all and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So
I did think that you'd have it where on a tag match you can recover something. That's where you want to activate the one energy and then tag out.
Yep.
oh,
One energy per round, and if you're in a tag
Yep.
match and you tag out and you've got that one energy, then you're recovering energy
interesting.
while you're waiting outside.
I don't know if people should be gaining advantages for being outside. That sounds like an exploit.
If it's a tag match though, what it's saying, if you've activated that power up that gives you +1 energy per round, and you're not fighting and you're outside the ring, you should gain that energy up to your maximum.
I think what we should say is that during a tag match, is players outside of the match just gain 1 energy every round, or they don't gain anything. We just don't do it.
That's a lot, though, every round.
It is. It means that you have to really. It does encourage people to bring people back in, which sometimes doesn't happen. It also forces the other team to really pound on the person that is there.
It also encourages us to have 20-minute matches too.
It does. Yep.
Yeah, but in hindsight, you're supposed to tag your partner in. Hence, tag match, not 1-on-1, not 1-on-2.
Well, the rule is going to be now that
Tag
we're going to say that you can't win unless you tag in the other person.
Right.
You have to at least have 1 tag in the match.
I don't think there should be any power-ups active when you're not in the match. So if you're on the outside, you're not gaining the effects of whatever your power-up is.
Actually, I think you will need to have rules for tag teams, and they'll be slightly different, and that's what you can do for tag
Last
matches.
season-
So that whether you could do it where they can attack as well.
Sorry. Last season, we did do the thing where the 2 members who were outside the ring rolled off, and then the winner was able to give +1 combat to their partner,
Which is
for
cool.
that just as a little bonus for the people outside the ring to be involved.
Yeah, I like the side game too. I guess we guys got to figure it out what it would be.
I say just a straight D6.
In a tag match, if you're going to do it that way, you could have it where if you roll a 6, you can either give someone a bonus in the ring or gain 1 energy. So if you're rolling against someone and you get a 6, then you can do that, but only on a 6. And only in a tag
you're saying
match.
when your side rolls a 6, the tag partner can do something? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what is the person who's outside the ring rolls a d6, and if they roll a 6, they either gain an energy or they can do something to help the person in the ring. That would be a
like
real easy
that.
way of doing it.
I think that's good because then they're not gaining 1 energy per round.
Right.
So they can
And it's
either gain an energy
only on a 6.
gain an energy or give a +1, and that way they can roll by themselves, and we don't have to worry about how many rounds we're at. I like that. I think that's good.
Yeah, but
And
you
that
still
way
have to consciously go, hey, what did y'all roll? Hey,
if they don't roll, they forget. They lose it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
And that +1
they
is
don't
only
do
for
it.
the next round, for that round.
For that round. So you so if you're really low on energy, you're rolling, hoping to get a 6 to gain an energy back, because you're resting on the outside, and
Yes.
that's what you're doing. You're focusing on energy. You're resting up, or you're in there trying to distract them and give the bonus to them if you've got enough energy, or you just go, hey, we want to win this. But of course, both outside people are doing the same thing. They're both able to roll, and if they both get 6s, they both might help, or they both might gain an energy, or whatever it is. It's just whatever they want to do. It means that the other person then is still involved.
Round.
Yeah, same as a combat one, but they're just looking for a 6. So if you're not tagged in, you just roll, and if you get a 6, you get either A, an energy, or B, give them +1. And both sides can do it. And if you've got multiple, if you're doing a bigger match where you've got more people, then everyone's then basically rolling every round, and the ones outside the ring are just looking for a 6. It's really simple.
Yep, it's good. I guess
That's also a way to gain health.
I can put that in here. Guess signature and power moves. Tag team rules.
Could put that under how to play.
So all members, in case it's multiple.
Yeah, because we do tendency to have 6-on-6. I mean, a 3-on-3.
Actually, this is the problem. This is kind of an exploit. Because that means that someone can still stay in the match until they go down to 0, and you can't take them out of it. It'll turn into like a Capcom versus Marvel match. The first one just goes down, so we can't do that.
It would be the people that in the tag matches, the people that are on the outside of the ring roll a 6 and either gain an energy or give them. You can just make it they gain energy on a roll 6. That'd make it really easy.
No, I'm thinking about the first part of having both people have to enter the match.
All competitors must be in the ring at some point, or all competitors must roll at least one combat roll before finishers can be attempted.
Makes sense.
Yeah, all members of a tag team must have rolled at least one combat roll.
Okay. So does that mean that if you got tag team A versus tag team B, tag team A tags in and out, and tag team B doesn't, can tag team A now do a finisher?
Yeah, because it says all members of a team, meaning all members of your team.
Or does
must
everyone
be
have
in.
to go into the ring at least once?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
you don't
have to wait for.
Or do all members?
Yeah, you don't have to tag in
That's
to
the question.
lose, but you have to tag in to win, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
but-
why I was worried about the wording.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you could have a match where, like, somebody, goes in, like, they start, and then one team tags, the second person comes in, finishes that match. If the other team didn't tag, that's on them. Like, they should have
Yeah.
tagged.
They should have tagged, right?
Yeah.
I like
And
that
how-
wording. You don't have
to
to
tag,
tag
do
in
you
to
have to
lose, but you
win?
do have to tag in to win.
So that would have made the
Is tagging
Liam and Ryan match versus Kat and Jay legal because one of them didn't tag, but the other two did, as opposed to Dan and Jason and
Yeah.
Liam and Ryan where nobody tagged.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay?
you
But
learn from mistakes.
How do you have to win the combat to tag, or
Yes.
how do you
I thought
tag?
it
Yes.
was like an action.
It's a ring action, so you win
Yes.
combat. But did you have to
Right.
declare before combat that was what you were going to do? That's the
No.
question.
No.
No. Okay. So you
No.
win combat. You say, "I'm tagging out." Boom. You're in.
Yeah. You win your
Okay.
combat, you do your move, do your 3 damage. Okay, I'm tagging out.
Oh, so you do damage and tag
No,
out.
you shouldn't be
should
doing
be instead of.
damage. If you're tagging out, you're
That's
tagging out, so you're not actually
not-
attacking them. It's
Yes,
like you've won the combat.
tagging
you've
out-
thrown them away
Tagging
from you.
tagging out is a ring action, and you do damage before you do your ring action.
Scroll up to the top, Tony. See what you have written on the top
Yeah,
of the
let's
page.
see. Let's go to the.
Actually, he's right. Yeah.
'Cause
Deal
that
3
doesn't
damage
seem like
plus
doing a-
choose stat or ring action. So yeah, you do damage and tag out. Well, that makes sense. That does make sense because you have to stun your opponent to give you enough time to get back to your opponent.
Right.
tag
You're,
out.
yeah.
So you have to do damage. Jostle them a little bit.
You have to
so-
win
it's
the
your
round
initial-
to get out.
It's
Yes.
the initial
Yeah.
combat roll. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you do
Gotta
3
win
damage
that.
and you tag out.
That round. So it makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Okay. I think we got it. I think that's pretty much all the general stuff.
Yep, that's good for one season. Let's see how we go.
Yep.
Yeah. This could be the first season we have a balanced system. Last
Don't
time was
worry,
pretty
someone-
good.
Someone will find a
Yeah.
way to break it.
It'll be. Patreon
Okay.
Father Cat, don't
I
do
mean,
that.
There are a couple of things there which are really potent, like especially now you've got that show, the talent one. Now you want the talent because you need that item.
Making
It's
the
quite
item
good having it
permanent
where you
is pretty
declared-
big.
But also
Mm.
making it that it's a declared item. You can only pick one item, and it's best to be declared before the match, and everyone knows what your item. Do you have to declare
always
it
been
so
the
everyone
case.
knows what the item is?
Do you have to declare it like? Well, I guess are people seeing you carry? It depends on what you're carrying. Like the kendo stick, it's kind of hard to hide that.
it
Unless,
might be by
it's
the
like
ring
under
already.
the ring, unless it's like you hit it under the ring before the show.
Right?
Yeah, it's underneath the
That's what I'm
ring.
saying. Do you have to?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's in
Do
my
you have
horse.
to
It's in my
declare
horse
what your
pocket.
item is?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm saying, like, do you declare what that item is?
You
say,
declare it at the
right,
beginning of the match.
Yeah.
The beginning of the match, you have to declare, even though they don't know that you have it, technically.
Right.
You may not use
This,
it.
in
but
this
yeah.
league, it's different than WWE. Like, this league, you're allowed to have an item, and it's a part of it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So are you going to have a thing on there saying what the item is? So underneath that bit, you've got signature item.
It's right here. You
Is that your
put it
signature?
right here.
It is your signature item?
Yep.
Okay, no, that's cool.
Yep.
Mine will be
Oh, no, that's cool.
heavyweight champion
It
belt.
works.
Well, and you can try to make it. You could try to make it in character. Like if instead of a kendo stick, I would obviously come with a hockey stick.
Yeah, that's
Stuff
fine.
like that.
That's fine. You can do the same thing with the belt. You can hit people with the belt, Charles, and call it a
Be a
Brass
chair.
knuckles or a chair.
yeah.
Be a chair.
That's fine. Just make it clear that what effectively what is it.
Yeah.
You can't turn it into bandages though. You can't be healing yourself with the belt.
Really? I heal. I
Actually,
heal.
Yeah.
actually, the belt would be the bullhorn. Makes it harder to beat you because you're the champ.
Hmm.
Maybe. Yeah, you
Nah.
could be flashing the belt like constantly, like make people pay for it. Yeah.
It could be the belt could be optional. You can have optional things for the belt.
Yeah. We'll say it has to be DM approved, but otherwise, I think you can. If it's reasonable in any way, that's fine.
Right. I mean, it definitely ain't blinding powder unless light hits it just right. Definitely not bandages. Could be about brass knuckles. You hit them enough.
Well, it is
I
shiny.
think it seems reasonably balanced.
Okay. Cool. So that is that. Let's talk about Wednesday. So I would like to hear. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to comment too if you happen to say questions that I have or anything like that. But let's hear 3 categories from you guys, or anybody here, for Jeopardy. 3 category titles that you would like to see.
Can I repeat the one I already suggested?
Yeah, sure.
Gnomes. Or,
Yes.
You know,
So,
something
it's
gnome,
perfect.
something
Gnomes
gnome
in their suits.
related.
Yeah. So I said I have that
Will-
one. That's going to be on there, and it's going to be you should have known.
You should have
Should've
known.
known.
That's so good.
World
How about-
defining events.
How about quotes? You give a quote and you have to name who said that. That could
Which
be
are-
the title. The title. Who said
That's a
that?
good one.
Which
Quotes is good.
Rob character said this?
Right.
Now, would the answer be the character or the person playing?
No, character. The
Gotta be
character.
character.
It would be
I would
about
say
the character.
character, yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause
who
a lot
said
of the
that?
answers would have been Tony.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like 90% of them.
Yeah. Just say Tony, and like you're going to win all of them.
What
Like,
I
about
do
Dude.
like the idea of having a world-defining events. So something that's
Oh my lord.
to do with that, like
Yeah.
the end of the season-ending event. So something that happened. What happened at this, like the end of the season, or something like that.
Mm.
what about the lands of Andaria?
Yes, I have that.
Geography?
Actually. Yeah.
How about the
It'll-
dark?
It'll be like this place was blah 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 featured in. Blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
ancients. Ancients could be a
Ancients, yeah,
category.
that's good.
All about ancients.
Well, there's only what 2 left? 1 left?
Oh man.
That many?
Where do they hide the crystals?
Keistered it.
Where's that crystal?
No, there's only... It's funny.
Yeah, we could do the dark. That'd be a good one.
Oh, the dark.
This
Click
place
the
has been avoided at
dungeons.
all costs.
Oh yeah, no one knows anything about that. No one,
Well.
no,
Are we
one
gonna-
no one will get those answers, though, Charles.
Well,
Are we
not
gonna have
a
someone
one.
be Sean Connery for the Jeopardy show?
I said that to one of them. This should be Sean Connery,
Tom said he wanted to be
Burt Reynolds.
Turd Ferguson.
Third Ferguson.
Yeah,
Bird
yeah,
Ferguson, yes,
yeah, it's big.
Some of the
yeah.
greatest SNL skits of all time.
yes.
I told him to do it straight up, so we'll see if he does it or not. So that would be awesome.
Get some
Any other
Harry
ideas
Carey's in there.
for titles?
What else? Let's see.
Oh, didn't we ask if we had a players category? Like you ask questions about us, about the players.
Yes. Okay. Got it.
Getting to know the players.
I have one more. Tony made Brooke cry when?
Oh no! Oh,
Defining
It-
Brooke crying
It
emoji.
is the category is did Brooke cry when?
famous emotional breakdowns.
Famous emotional breakdown. This character, Abyssia. Okay. This character, Abyssia.
let me see. This character,
The other one
Maya.
that's
also,
Maya. That's Maya.
yeah, the other one also would be Earth songs. You could also do that one.
Famous Earth songs.
Oh,
Good.
that's so many.
Oh,
Also,
man.
that's-
Earth songs.
That's difficult.
famous
Character
Earth
depth.
songs, and or the effects of famous Earth songs.
Character deaths. That'd be a short list.
Or who killed?
Oh,
dot, dot, dot.
NPC deaths also. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a short list. Yeah. NPCs, yeah, that's a lot. That's a big
Well,
list.
NPCs are characters.
Yeah,
NPCs,
all those ones.
that's a
Right.
big list.
He's not saying just players.
Right. Player death. That's the short list.
Mm-hmm.
Brooke,
No.
Right.
Rob.
Who
That's it.
killed? Dot dot dot. And you're gonna name who like who killed the necromancer the first time round? Who killed the chronomancer? Which one? Who killed Dragano? Like who fatal hits? Who got the last hit in?
Who killed Sparky?
Ooh.
He had a reroll and he didn't use it.
Rerolls left on the table.
This reroll was left.
Emotions are still high about that.
It's okay. He's back. It's all good. There's no mixed motions.
TPK. The party would have died if Tony hadn't been merciful.
That's every campaign.
Yeah, right. That's every time.
I have a couple of great questions so far about some big moments.
That's
that I
it.
think
It's every week.
I think people would be like, oh man, I kind of know the answer, but I don't. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Name this NPC.
Name that NPC.
Name that NPC.
Finish this phrase. Hey, it's
Oh,
me.
okay, you've got to have a sunken city. You've
Oh,
got to
yeah,
have
Sunken
one of the
City could
general
be its
is
own
like
category.
it's the sunken city.
All the answers would just be
Yeah.
Smithy's Tavern.
You could then,
Or
And
Archie
the,
Fence Shop.
well, not necessarily like you could say who blew up the vault, or
Rob.
Rob.
Who blew up
Reg-
Rob?
Reggie.
who was Mia Win?
By the way, every question you mentioned, I can't use. So once you say it here, once you answer it, it's not a question.
If you knew the answer to it, yeah, you just
Yeah.
can't
If you
use it.
say the answer right now, then that's absolutely not going to be.
Sure, I don't actually know the answer.
Who was the fisherman they talked to in Sunken City? My friend.
Oh, there's too many that we go open though. Man, it's like-
As I'm curating the content, Morgan
You,
comes
have,
out
you, have
like
you got
six
A lot.
times.
a lot.
He keeps reappearing. Obviously, his featured part was when Abyss.
Hi, it's me, Mr. How you doing?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so there you go. I have a lot of stuff here from what you guys said. The categories.
Are we doing anything special for Halloween?
Ooh,
That's
in a few weeks.
We can. Let's get past this. Let's do this first.
All right.
But yeah, let's do it.
Let's have our first actual episode of Roll and Rumble first.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I think you
Dan,
need to do
Yeah.
one shot on Halloween.
Ooh, yeah. You do one shot.
Do
like
one shot. It's
where
very
everyone's
possible-
going to die.
It's very possible that. Let's talk about this
Yeah.
now.
That would be
So
a
the
really
200th
cool one.
episode is Dan as the Necromancer. It is very possible that that could be the last episode of Knights of Andor. So, Dan, how do you feel about that?
I feel good about that. Come on, I'm the
You feel
necromancer.
like you're gonna win? Like,
Yeah, of
is that what
course.
It feels like okay.
Just got to make
Did-
sure I'm rolling okay. That's
Yeah.
Dan, I do
Oh.
have one question.
Get new dice.
Did you realize that you had stubborn and all those other ones that you could have pulled out, and the crystal armor should have given you bonuses versus the necromancer as well, and all of that? There, did you think about that, or just wanted to be the necromancer?
no. I mean, I was trying to role play it more than I was kind of trying to, make the roll against it. Because we had talked about it for a while, and I like the one thing that I wanted was like I felt like everything was pushing Hutch toward something, some kind of moment, and I just think the role playing kind of took over more so than the rolling at that point.
Yeah, you also have to realize Hutch is there by himself. There's nobody else from his timeline. It's him, and that's it.
That's right.
Everybody
Right,
else is
which makes it
gone.
more like, why? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I am your equal. We fight together. Why are you like this?
See,
So-
that's the
Right.
one thing I put a note up on Facebook about it. It was like going, Hutch has never once sat Caddick down and gone, I'm not your Hutch. I've been to hell. It's where I got the crystal from. I have done these things. I'm not a lowly blacksmith. He's never once had that conversation. So Caddick always views him as just being like his Hutch, who really did do nothing.
You should say
And
that
that
as a
kind of
necromancer
makes me-
to
Yeah.
Caddick while you're fighting him.
Absolutely not. No way.
Oh,
That's completely completely against the character. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be understanding of his point of view and say, well, even
No.
if I was
No,
your
that's
no,
Hutch,
you're not.
I
You're not
understand-
understanding. It's
like-
the opposite. No, it's the opposite.
Exactly.
It's the opposite.
Like,
You can
no,
be
no,
con-
like,
you
that's
can
the
be-
other thing. Like, I'm not
face.
understanding at all.
You
Well,
can be
like,
condescending about that all you want.
Yeah, you'd be kind of exactly like, I'm
Oh,
not your
yeah.
Hutch. You don't understand. Like, you
That's true.
nail him for not understanding what you're that. Like, it's
Right.
constantly someone treating you as what something
Yeah,
you're not.
'cause
You're
the
like,
thing is,
I'm not that
that's-
person.
But
Yeah,
they called
you're
it last
not
week.
Hutch. You're not the Hutch he knew.
Right.
And you go, like, you had William going, you're not a knight. But this Hutch could have been knighted, could have gone through all those trials. It's never come up. No one's ever asked him.
But that's not, I
He
feel like
might
that's
have
not
been
the
a fully
point
fledged
of
knight,
what's
gone through all the
happening.
trials of a normal knight and all of that.
They're saying that this guy is
No,
a
but it
lowly
adds to the
blacksmith,
whole
not because
angst
of
of
everything
it,
that
of
happened
like, I
before.
never got
They're
to know
saying it
this
in
Hutch.
spite of everything that has happened since
Yeah.
then, which is bizarro. So, like, from a character perspective, I'm not going to sit there and say,
I know.
well, you don't know what I went through
that's-
before I met you. It's like, you
Exactly.
know what I went through with you. How can you sit there and call me a blacksmith still? No way. I don't like that. I mean, I could do it just like to dig him and to get under his skin,
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Exactly.
I
Just
mean,
like-
I mean,
the idea.
sure.
And you'd be
But,
saying
like,
that.
yeah.
It's great for the ending because whether you kill him or he kills you, it's great. Those are good words to put in at the last moment. Like you forget, I'm not your Hutch. And then if
Yeah.
he kills you, he's gonna be like, that's right, you're not, and he kills you. Or he
Right.
dies with like the realization that like he never, did the right thing.
He's like, Hutch didn't kill me. The necromancer killed me.
Yeah.
Oh. Tony, would you allow Hutch, if he's doing that there, to have passionate added to his roles?
He still has the stuff from Hutch.
If you go down that route and you use all that passion and that all that
Oh,
frustration,
you're not human anymore.
He
No,
could
you're not
add
human
in
anymore.
passion into his attack rolls. Then instead
No,
of
he's
you
being
would
undead.
lose. You would lose
Right,
anything
there's no
based
real
on you being
stubborn.
human. You
Not
lose
human.
your-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's undead now.
His face melted off. He's Skeletor.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
What am I,
Just-
undead?
It's just a
Yes.
flesh wound.
Well, he's still human. His base
No.
race
No.
is still human.
He's undead
I
now.
don't think
He's
so.
undead. That's a different
Do
category.
you treat undead as humans when you
I treat
kill
him as
them?
targets.
I mean, if you do,
There
like,
you go. Exactly.
Soul or no soul still attached to him. You're targets.
Right.
If it's still moving, pound it.
Right. That's what she said. Anyway,
Nice.
yeah. Everybody's got all
It's gonna be
powered up
interesting
stuff.
seeing how it goes.
Yeah. It'll be great.
So
That's the other thing too. I powered everyone up who I'm gonna fight.
yeah, he powered
Yeah.
everybody up, and then he's gonna fight him.
Yeah.
So you have to fight the loot, Lord Eldrin,
Well, it's going to be
Paul
interesting whether or
Linker
not they attack Hutch
and
or they attack the Dark Heart.
all PCs, all of the PCs.
Yes.
Eight.
Who thinks-
A group of 8 we counted, right?
Let's go
Yes.
around and for experience points for 200 experience points for anyone who has a character. Make a prediction, and everyone can make one here. Doesn't matter who you are. We'll start with Damien in the top left. Damien,
the
Who is
prediction
gonna
is that
win?
the heroes are triumphant and we destroy the necromancer, of course. That's what's gonna happen. Dan or not Dan?
I
you
think
know,
they're
like-
somehow going to find a way.
That's tough. I'd give it 50-50.
you gotta choose one.
Hey, I know I gotta choose one. You know what? Got Carl Linger with those happy things. Yeah, he's deadly.
Yeah, and I just added crystal power to them too.
Yeah. I see at least 3 dying, but pulling out a victory.
Jason.
Well, this isn't for. How about for an extra Patreon re-roll?
Oh yeah, okay.
I'll put my money on my former tag team partner. I'll go with Dan on this one.
Nice. How about Tim?
I have a funny feeling they'll squeak through. It's been touch and go the last couple of weeks, but I got faith in Scro and Dan and the crew, and get her done, boys.
Oh man.
Try.
Richard.
I'm going to go. There will be party deaths, but they will win with Cole doing something that will turn the tide. That's my reckon, because he's got the size and that there, and those knuckles.
And the power.
Tony asked me today who I'm most concerned about. And out of the whatever it is, 8 people who are there, who am I most concerned about? And I said Cole, just because he's a giant crystal tree and he's got a bunch of powers.
Well, he's a tree who can be crystal for a minute at a time.
Right.
Well, to sway things in Dan's favor, he'll get my Patreon re-roll for the week. So
Yes.
you can,
Oh, wow.
you can mark that down right now, there, Dan.
Woo!
Oh wow.
Wow.
Is that one from last week too that I'm holding on to? I don't think I used that one. All right.
So
Awesome.
Dan, do you think you're going to pull it off?
Yes.
I think it'll be fun either way.
No matter what, it's going to be amazing.
The thing is, if
Absolutely.
Tom
I
goes,
just think it'd be bad for my character, so I hope that you don't win. For me.
Well, your other character will be just fine.
Oh, okay, never mind. Win, Dan. You got this.
I'm at the point. Audio Dungeon's been around long enough that I'm at the point where it's like evil could win a time, or good guys could win.
Right.
Especially this quest, because it's kind of just like, it's dark, and every time we fight the necromancer, it just gets like, oh my god, it's terrible. Is one survival thing after another, and
Right.
this quest has brought us right back to that dreary season 2, we were in hell and just trying to survive, and you know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
that's where, and everyone is like feeling it. Like in the group, we talk about it. Everyone's almost like they're just like suffering from it, and it's cool. It's good, but it's also good that's ending because we've done it enough. Where
The only
now
the only one that ain't there is Vinny to pour on the bad stuff.
oh, I know.
gloom.
That's what Ben does best. Ben pours on the reality of situations a lot.
We're gonna die. I'm just telling you,
Doom
we're gonna
and
die.
gloom.
I would love you to bring Vinny if Vinny was able to come on. If you could remote Vinny in as a wraith, that would be so cool.
As a
Oh,
wraith?
man.
That's funny.
As a
We-
wraith.
I don't remember if we
Or
were
a
saying
Death Knight
this.
that you have hidden in the back somewhere.
I got Well, I got to
he
call
has-
them all back.
Jeff
Now. They're like
Yankee.
10 miles away.
We're
We were
10
saying
minutes
last
away.
week. What's that?
They're 10 minutes away.
Yeah, what's that like?
The thing is-
60 rounds.
They're not getting to you anytime soon.
Yeah, I know. But we were saying last week. I can't remember if this was on the
It's the wraiths. If the wraiths come back, that's the problem.
Get
ahead,
it
Dave.
back right away. We were saying last. I can't remember if it was like after we were done or when we were on the post show. But it's like this is the first time where I feel like we weren't working as a group. Not so much as like here's a plan, let's stick together and do it. But like nobody was just like had any like personal chemistry. Like nobody was on the same page character wise. You know, like we just
Yeah.
didn't get along as a group really.
Like season 1
Yeah.
all over again.
See, yeah, season 1, it felt like you guys were finding yourselves. Season 2 was like you found yourselves. You started working as a team and you were working together. And then once you got to starting with Soma, but then once you got Soma was the start of it. And then once you got to the last episode, you guys literally physically split up. And then when you came back together, it felt like you're all just like on a mad dash and just like all over the place and no one could really get together. And it was exactly, we talked about the other day, Tom was bringing it up. It was exactly what the Chronomancer said was going to happen, what Bardot said. It's going to split the group. And look what the group is.
I did have a feeling that it was when Paladin Caddick died and the other Caddick took over fully, that's when everything went pear-shaped. When you had Paladin Caddick there, he was kind of
Right.
holding the two, holding it all together. But as soon as he died,
Yeah.
and the other Caddick was the only Caddick, that's when everything went pear-shaped.
It's
Yeah,
almost
that
like
was a
people
little
were on the
chaos.
best
Because the other,
behavior.
because this
Yeah.
Caddick just
Right.
doesn't get.
Yeah. Rob had to think about,
Yeah.
okay, what
He,
am I
does, he
saying?
doesn't.
Who
He
am I
isn't a
saying it
leader.
is?
He's more about himself.
Right.
Yeah.
The arc of Caddick is fascinating. It really is fascinating. If you think about
And I
like,
think that's the
what he
turning
went through
point,
and
is
who he
when
became.
pear-shaped. And that's what
Yeah.
caused Hutch.
But the funniest moment last week was when Rob said exactly what we all thought he was going to say. Oh, look at that Hutch. Back in your
I
forge.
know.
Forging
Oh
again.
my god.
It
Oh
was
my
Oh,
God.
Royal
word for
Hutch.
word what he was going to say. Too good.
He said it like he
Wild.
planned it too.
It's like you watched the episode like, yeah, I'm going to say exactly this.
I talked with Dan before that, and we talked about like just a little bit about that situation. And I said to him, I go, you know, if you're talking to Rob during the blacksmithing scenes, you know, I think you might have to say something. And he's like, really? And I think I just got to say nothing. I think he's just going to go into it. And I was like, maybe. I feel like he's been holding back a bit, and I don't think he will. But I was completely wrong. And when he talked to him, he said nothing, and Rob just went right into it. I was like, wow, okay. We needed no push, nothing.
None.
It's amazing.
Yeah. What surprised me was what William said. I'm like, okay. That was crazy.
Well, at that point, we were, you know, kind of under the influence a little bit.
Yep. Oh,
There
here we go.
Is it informing you? And so obviously, a fan
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
is allowed to let you guys know. 100%.
Yeah.
Big too.
Self right. Oh yeah.
Own room. Don't.
Oh, but he's got to reappear. Got these zombies or anything?
Immortal.
I thought I knew where it was.
I take a look at his branches and take a look at the offshoots, take a look at the side.
I specifically let Rob go
and for a
last.
cer-
I wanted to give you role play time to build up to
I
it.
did certainly took no offense with you.
Oh, went too far.
as if this is where.
Thank you, Hutch.
You're welcome. Send
I'm
it, Caddick.
nervous about the amount of damage we're going to have to deal out.
He's so ready. Oh my God.
Caddick.
Ah, Hutch.
Caddick.
Back at your forge, I see.
There it is.
Didn't even wait a second. Didn't even wait a second. Back at your forge, I see it.
Back at my forge.
Yes, of course.
Look, watch Brooke too,
Of
because
course.
like just watching like,
As if this is where I always belonged.
Well, truly, you were
Backing
a
up.
great blacksmith. The forge certainly seemed to be your place. It's simply funny. Here you are again.
Caddick. We just sent the necromancer from this place. I did that by your side. Not by the side of my forge. And I couldn't help but notice when we saw your father. The only pride you took in my position as a Knight of Andaria was your training me? I don't recall being trained by you.
I believe I said that my presence at my side, clearly you had learned a thing or two from me.
Look at Brooke.
Certainly no offense.
So
was to be given. I did certainly
Trying so
took
hard.
no offense when you declared yourself my equal.
We are equals.
You may have been
Caddick.
knighted, sir, but
And what is your title?
Lord Commander, do you forget?
I have been knighted a Knight of Andaria.
Yes, of course. Wonderful
What is that?
achievement.
I don't care.
Is there a reason you choose to
That's what I
reduce
got
me
from it was that he's
only to what you
thinking
see
of
me
him
as?
Hutch, I think you are far too caught up in such things. Being a blacksmith is nothing to be ashamed of.
Caddick.
that was like
Tell me, what blacksmith
That's the
Have you
first
known?
stone.
that has devoted his entire existence to saving all of existence, with you by your side?
None but Hutch. Sir Hutch.
Oh, we said that as a joke.
look at Brooke.
Anyway,
Caddick! This will be the end of this conversation, and then I will forge your weapons. Hear me now. You will see me and acknowledge me as your equal, if not your superior.
Wow.
fate would put me in such a
You've
position.
got to hold it over him,
Gladly
Dan.
welcome.
You've got to say that. You've got to have it where his weapons break or something.
Sword,
you did something to his
please.
weapons or something when you're forging them. And you created something, you know.
That sword, please, at the end was like an FU at the end.
Mhm.
It's
Definitely.
the first time
Yeah.
I didn't
knew
get that.
The look on
New Jeopardy category: famous offended blacksmiths.
This blacksmith never got the respect he deserves.
I look at the look on Dan's face there, which is brilliant, by the way. Fantastic work, Dan.
Thank
And I go, when he was forging that there, he's put that pissed offness into it. So he's created flaws in it. So when Caddick attacks him, it's going to break. That's what I think would be really cool. Because he looks so angry with him.
My anger at the
was.
forge.
And then held it over him. Yeah. And because everyone else thanked you and were being nice to you, but he wasn't. And I also think that when he attacked him, you go, I am your equal. Bang. Then you beat him and you go, I'm your superior. Bow down at me. That would just be so funny. I mean, I'd give a re-roll just to see that happen.
I'll give a reroll just to see that happen.
Making Caddick call him Sir Hutch and actually mean it.
Make him squirm.
Oh, damn,
Ready
should
for
kill
this
him
one?
and turn him into a zombie.
This is the beginning of the episode. In the beginning of the episodes, I went back and I had to put in like the 30 seconds of like, this week on Celestial War, and then it gives you like a little funny spot. How about this, Jeff?
Vandar. Oh, wait, okay, more fun for the audience or more fun for me?
Whatever you want.
Oh boy.
Okay, Damien, you're Ember. Go ahead. What's Ember do?
Here we go.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
And on
You
that
picked some
note,
great moments this season, Damien.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a standout. That was great.
oh goodness.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so yes, 200th episode is coming up on Wednesday. It is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to play Audio Dungeon Jeopardy for the first half, and then the second half will be the Battle of the Necromancer. And I'm very excited to see who wins because it's completely out of my hands. So I'll be just assisting in what I do as Dungeon Master, but it'll pretty much just be for good or for bad. And,
Tony has a whole passel of undead
does
creatures
Dan get
at his disposal.
I do. That's right. What did you say, Richard? I didn't hear you.
Now the question is does how much does the character change? So like, does he need a new version or?
No, I gave him abilities
all
to
the
the
powers
Necromancer
he's
because
gonna
it's him possessed and turned, but I gave Dan like a heads up on the skills. I'm gonna give him a list tomorrow, and then that's it. Whatever he does, he does.
Is there a way to save him?
Nice. Bit of
To save
research,
Hutch?
Dan.
Save Hutch, yeah.
I would say anything's possible.
Yeah. That's how we say we just
Off with his head!
completely destroy him. Unfortunately. At this point,
Well, you didn't destroy everybody from his timeline, so I mean, he's the last one to go.
It's true.
Hutch basically got like Lich Kinged.
Cyrus
Yeah.
Maynard
Oh, yeah.
came back to life. Why can't? Yeah, but so did
Huh?
Cyrus, and he was okay. I mean, he got Kalingered, but that's okay.
Carl Lingard.
he did come back, but wasn't that in the spirit world still? Wasn't that?
Yeah, right now
You
y'all
guys-
still in.
You guys
Shadow
killed him
world.
in the spirit world.
Yeah.
In the shadow world, yeah.
Yeah.
But Cyrus Maynard was released in the Citadel, which is not in the realm of shadow.
Right.
So if you put those pieces together, you get a little insight.
Cyrus
Now you're back.
Could come back.
Cyrus,
Cyrus could come back. He's out of time, right?
you could.
No,
Anything's possible in the Citadel.
There's a lot of things out here at play right now because you have Tom has absorbed all this stuff into him. Dan has the power of the entire Shadow Realm. He has his whole armies, which are now unfortunately too far away with his own command.
Well, again, you have a whole passel of undead
question about that.
just a click away. One or two of them could be
The thing is,
possible.
well, he created the Shadow Realm, correct? So he set the rules on the Shadow Realm.
Yes and no.
Can't
He's
he
also lost all of his
just
dark cards.
Move
Except for one.
things because it's. Well, still got one. But
Yeah.
couldn't
He's
he
still got one.
manipulate the area he's in, and all of a sudden, that all those undead are there, like shift?
Oh,
It's more like you create a pocket dimension using the dark hearts to expand it, and then someone removes the dark hearts, and now the dimension is falling apart. But it still exists because you're obviously very powerful and you're able to create that dimension. This dimension only exists because of him.
see, well, he's got one big dark heart left, but Dan
Yes.
still has a heart inside him. So technically,
Head.
Well, no, there's no flesh and organs and anything else. He's basically
everything just he melted
He
away.
lost
He's just a
everything.
skeleton.
Yeah, his
Okay.
immortality is gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're still
Dan's
in
linked now
armor.
to the dark art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's wearing crystal armor, crystal helm, and crystal armor. Yeah.
With the hammer.
Yes, with the hammer. So this is a very unique
So
version.
the
of
real trick here is Damien. I'm just going to throw this out there. Disarm.
That's my tactics, right?
Tactics. Use
Tactics.
tactics.
Yes.
First, you have to
Tactics,
hit.
disarm, blind, deafen. Yeah, he's got a good chance at that. And then split your party. Have some attack the Dark Heart and some attack to keep Dan amused.
Yeah,
and
split the
attack one to
party.
split the party.
Split the
So
party.
otherwise, you're all dead.
My precious guide.
Some attacking
then
the
I'll-
Dark
And then I'll bring some
Heart
more enemies into the picture. and have them
directly, and
split
some
again
attacking
and have them go
the-
after that guy.
the necromancer's physical body.
It's gonna be wild.
Yep. I'm thinking one on that
Oh,
particular
imagine if they-
undead list. is-
Imagine if Dan could
I'll talk
bring
about that
in
one tomorrow.
evil- Wow.
It'll be a wild time. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be great because Jeopardy's gonna bring everybody together, and then we're like, haha, now you have to kill them.
Yeah.
And we're finished.
We're gonna create. Maybe we should do it backwards. No, we can't.
No way.
No, we can't do that. No.
Because that would be
Not
like,
follow that up with
we're like-
Jeopardy.
I hate you, Dan.
Hey, welcome to Jeopardy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe it's better. We're going in with a lot of love, and then we can
But
diminish.
that puts a whole new meaning on double jeopardy.
For sure. Okay, guys, I think we're going to end it right here. This was a lot of fun. Very excited for the episode on Wednesday. FBCs, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
So if
We're going
Dan
to
wins
debate
Jeopardy,
the new
is he
rule
bringing
change.
extras in?
Is it bringing what?
What was that,
I didn't
Richard?
hear you.
If Dan wins Jeopardy, does that give him an extra bonus?
Oh, he doesn't need any extra bonuses.
It gives him more experience points. Any experience points, by the way, earned could be used in the last battle. So
Ooh, think about that. Everything all in rerolls.
it means a lot more. Or you can declare to save it for rerolls exactly. Or you can declare to save it for your next character.
Max.
He would
Meanwhile,
have to
you
win,
come
though,
out.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. We'll see. Guys, think about it. It's a lot of fun. We worked out the rules for Royal Rumble. I feel like we're ready to go. That's great. We did that. We had to do it. So we did.
Yep.
200th episode, Jeopardy coming out on Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun with the Necromancer. Who's going to win, Dan or the rest of the crew? That'll be great. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the fan player episodes.
Pulling
And that
for you,
is it.
Dano.
Good luck.
Thank you, Tim.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks for joining us. Adios.
Good night, guys.
All right,
Good
take
night,
care,
guys.
guys.
Good talking to you guys.
It was fun.
This time, we'll press the red button.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of the live.